Hi, this is Scott Arno with the Security Tip of the Week. Today we're going to talk about backing up your data. Now, it is absolutely critical to back up the data stored on your firm's network, computers, and mobile devices. This is because you can suffer from equipment failure, there can be loss, there can be theft, there can be natural disasters. If any of these things get rid of what's holding that data and it isn't backed up anywhere else, it becomes more than an inconvenience, it becomes a real problem. Now, there are different types of backups. They're not hard to use. Well, one of the most common ones might be physical external drives. They can actually plug directly into a machine or a network, or they can even be done wirelessly. An older system is known as magnetic tapes. Those are also pretty frequent. Larger companies tend to have those. They've been around a while. They still work. And there are also a number of cloud-based backup solutions, as they call them. A number of different companies will offer these. You can even do them through something you've heard of. Microsoft has it, Apple has it, et cetera, et cetera. And generally speaking, with backups, you want to have them what's referred to as multi-tiered, off-site, and encrypted. Now, of course, you probably want to know what I just said. Multi-tiered just means in more than one place. So perhaps you have an external drive, you also have a cloud backup. That way, if that first one fails when you need it, you've still got a second way to go, maybe even a third way to go. Off-site simply means not right next to the computer. If the problem that occurs is something like a hurricane or a fire, and you've got a hard disk sitting right next to the computer in the room that's underwater, yeah, you have a problem. So obviously, best to have it off-site. As for encryption, well, if the data on your system is important enough that you're encrypting it, and you should, then, well, your backup should be too. Because if your data is encrypted and someone's chasing after it, but the backups are not encrypted and they can get access to that, well, it's a problem. Now, one thing I would recommend, however, if you're using cloud-based storage for your backups, you might want to look into what's called non-proprietary encryption, meaning that you get it from a source other than the actual cloud backup provider. The reason for this is that, let's say someone does break into the cloud service and they get into your data. Let's say while breaking into the cloud service, they also get a hold of what are called the encryption keys, which means that they will be able to decrypt that data and take a clean version of it, which is bad. By the same token, if for whatever reason there's a warrant issued by law enforcement or there is a subpoena issued as part of litigation for that information, if it's encrypted by the cloud service provider, when they give that information over, they will decrypt it, then hand it over. And that's something you should be in control of, not them. Hopefully this has been helpful, and if you have more questions related to this or other areas of computer security, please stop by thesecurityadvocate.com. Thanks, and have a great week.